week number 20. All right, Squirt Wars 2024, Philip. What do you remember about, what do you know about the squirts?
They just kill everything. They suffocate everything. They just clog the holes of the cages, and it just makes the cages 10 times heavier. The squirt weight. Never underestimate the squirt weight.
That's true.
Fucking pain.
How have we dealt with squirts in the past?
Language. We just dry out the gear, bring back our gear, let it dry out.
Yeah.
I hear fresh water is bad for squirts, but we haven't done anything with that yet. Dry them out, scrape them off.
So with 2024 and the Squirt Wars approaching, are you scared that it's going to put us under?
No.
just going to make it a little more fun.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go deal with a bunch of squirt cages, try and protect ourselves from the sun, and have a wonderful day. This is the first strike of the Squirt Wars today. We've looked at 2 other cages. They're not that bad. They'll get dealt with later in the week. Oh, there we go. Got a feeling this is going to be covered in squirts. It's an inch cage. Come on down. We're going to see. So it's one that we with. It's not full of squirts, but there's squirts on it because we shook them off, but it's got the bottom squirted. It's squirted like it is. It just needs to be cleaned. This is not a good example of a squirt cage, but I got a feeling we got some coming up because we tried to harvest through some and that knocked off a lot of squirts. So this one doesn't have a clip. Yeah, so this is what we mean by Squirt Wars. We take a chunk, and this time of the year, these squirts just pop out of nowhere. I mean, there are markets under here, if you can believe it or not, but it's just all, and they're beautiful. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous, but we just get this spat thing, and or squirts, and it's not like it's on everything, to be honest. Like, look, this side, crisp, clean. That's the forming of squirts. This right here is a pre-squirt problem. It's not super bad, but it's bad enough that we're gonna start dealing with it to try and get ahead of it. Last year we were caught a little off ground. This year we've got way more gear to swap this stuff. So I think the squirts don't stand a chance this year. What do you think, Richard?
Well, that's what you got me here for, right?
Yeah. Step 2 to the squirt fight is this. As you can see, it's a nice mixture of squirts, mud, and beautiful oysters. So, separate the squirt, the mud, and we're gonna do that with separate all of our problems. So this little machine right here is our secret weapon. We just got all the holes cleaned in anticipation of squirt fights. But what we do is we'll take our raw oysters that come out of the cages and they'll have squirts kind of on them. You can see like we're in a heavy mudded area, which actually really helps for biofouling, but you just got to touch your oysters more often. Take them through, put them through. It's really loud, that's why I don't have any going on right now. And God, that is the view that we work with, which is pretty amazing. And they will all come out clean, no squirts. My hand's the thing that's dirty. Nice market oysters. And these will go back into a cage for a few more weeks just to grow a little fin on them for shelf life. So some of these oysters are markets, like that's a market size oyster, but with the chips in it, we know that we need to keep it in there for about 2 more weeks just to create a little seal of new growth. And that extends the shelf life immensely. So we try and do that, and boom. Got the old boat unloaded with that tool that my mama made. She's a beast. Almost unloaded, 2 more cages. And then we'll fill it up with clean new gear, and boom, back out. 1 round done. To the scuttlers. Actually filming this and scuttling at the same time is quite a task. Without destroying the camera. So This little guy helps. But I'm on tumble duty today, so I'm on no tumble duty today, so I'm gonna get to tumbling. Lucky me. Yep, that's it. That's all I could get left. Little stragglers at the end. So this is now all squirt-free oysters. These are the stuff that came out of the second hole. They're gonna go into clean half-inch cages. And then all the stuff that came out of the first hole is in, this looks like an inch cage. So these are all gonna be markets. Oops. After we let them regrow that little fin for shelf life, these guys will be good to go. Hopefully we can remember where we put them. And then with this little bad boy lifted, you can see what's going on with this thing. This boat is it's 4 years old. July 4th is her birthday. So she's almost 4 years old. Sturdy as ever. What we got going on here is these were where that 500,000 seed came out of. So we're just using the sun to do all the work. They're really sensitive, so you don't want to cause holes or rip them. So that's what we're gonna do for that. But if you don't spread them apart, you can see the mud. It stays wet, and this has been days. So it's really important to get that air through, just to keep everything dry and clean. The sun is your enemy by creating all this fouling with the food and the heat, but it also is a perfect way to balance and kill it. So Mother Nature usually has a solution for every problem, and we're trying to use it, but good. So the wave action on these bottom cages, it hits at just the right level, and you can see what it has created. That's a fat belly oyster right there, super fat belly. I mean, and then just the colors on this one, it's like the perfect oyster. You can see where we tumbled it, the color changed, but yep, these are so pretty. I'ma eat them. Got ourselves a rainy day here, and it's a Friday, and the babies are managed, everything is managed. So we decided we were gonna replace my floor. There's a hole in it right here that had been causing me some problems, and she's solid, so we're gonna put a new floor in. Fingers crossed, at any cost. Knock, knock on wood, I hope I'm better off. It's Thursday, beautifully sunny and hot. We just got some more seed from down east, another 200,000. Just get them out today. Should be nice and chill. Yep, I think it's, what kind of measuring tool are we using?
We had cups. Here's cups. That's all right.
How many liters is that? 500. So it should be 3 of these.
3 of these per bag.
I will kick your ass if I could.
Got all 200,000 babies in clean gear, ready to be put into the river, their new home. Alright, so we're out here just checking floating bags. This is probably dropped about a week ago. You can see it's kind of well managed. What we'll do is we'll come out and flip them, and once we flip them, it'll look like this. You can see all that fouling. We flipped those, I think, last week, but the fouling just burns right off. So these are our floating bags. I don't know if you can see what's in them. So this is what comes out of the floating schmags. And you can see that it's just getting all that fouling, or all that wave energy. So it's creating a really good oyster. And what we'll do with these will all go into 1/2-inch cages and rest on the bottom.
But I'm deep, deep down on the bottom of